Hey, I wanted to make a video on how the Cannier suspension behaves during action, so I made this camera support and I'm going to go downhill on this bumpy gravel. Now you will see some movement of the Cannier body because the plastic can itself is somewhat flexible. You can't completely eliminate this flexibility unless you make it out of aluminum, but what is important is to maintain a little gap between the Cannier body and the rack, because when it's empty, and now it's empty, and it hits the rack, it sounds like a drum. And we want to avoid that. I will make another video on this on how to set the right amount of gap, but first I would like to make 2 runs with the Cannier unloaded, then loaded, and then a third run with a sack pannier from a well-known brand mounted on this side. Let's see how this goes. Pretty steady, I think, but there is a detail. The hooks have to touch the rack. If the clamp is mounted a little bit up high, then the hooks get lifted. Now it is mounted at the right height, so for me to show you what a lifted hook does, I need to open the quick release, but the same thing happens if the clamp sits too up high. Not nice. So when you set the height of the clamp, you have to set it as such. When the quick release slides in between the rabbit's ears, it actually pulls down on the hooks like this. Also, when you mount the clamp for the first time, you have to leave plenty of space below it so you can lower it later if you need. I came back up and I loaded it with 7 kilograms. Now when it's heavy, the same bumps get much more violent on the suspension, so if you plan on using it on bumpy roads, you need to tighten the clamp really strong, otherwise the forces will keep pushing it upwards, and the same thing happens as I showed you before. Let's do this. I will mount this sack pannier as a reference. It's not the latest model because I stopped buying these a long time ago, but it's quite a nice one actually. Has a hard back, solid suspension hooks, adjustable by screws. Pretty sturdy, I like it. I will do first run empty, second run loaded.